Have you ever noticed that some women don't have to compete for attention, yet the room still pays attention to them? Have you ever wondered why your calm presence draws people in more than loud flirting or over-the-top charm? And have you ever felt that the way you connect isn't about performance at all, but about energy, awareness, and emotional clarity? Welcome to time-tested advice, where ancient philosophy meets the modern world. I'm your host, Alfred. Let's get started. The most powerful attraction is the one that doesn't beg for attention. The Sigma female doesn't flirt the way others do. She doesn't need to. Her presence alone speaks volumes. While most people chase attention, she draws it without even trying. There's something about the way she carries herself calm, aware, and fully in control that makes people lean in without realizing why. She doesn't play the usual games because she's not trying to win anyone over. She's trying to see who actually understands her rhythm. Her version of attraction isn't about pretending to be mysterious or hard to get. It's about being real in a world obsessed with performance. She knows her silence says more than forced laughter ever could, and that's what separates her from the crowd. She doesn't flirt to impress. She connects to understand. If you're a Sigma female watching this, remember your quiet strength isn't a weakness. It's your edge. You don't need to chase attention because your energy already commands it. People sense when someone is genuine, and that's why your way works. It's honest, grounded, and free of games. So don't question your approach or try to fix what isn't broken. The way you move, the way you read energy, the way you choose calm over chaos, it's what makes you unforgettable. Watch this video till the end, because we're about to uncover why your version of attraction doesn't just stand out, it changes the game entirely. Let's dive into it. Number 1. Her eye contact is not an invitation. It's a scan. When a Sigma female looks at someone, it's not flirtation, it's analysis. Her eyes aren't searching for validation or trying to play some attention game. They're scanning, reading, decoding. She looks straight through the surface and into the truth of what's standing in front of her. That's what makes her gaze feel so intense. It's not that she's trying to make anyone uncomfortable, it's that her attention carries weight. She's fully there, observing without pretending, and people aren't used to that level of awareness. When most people make eye contact, they do it to be liked, but the Sigma female does it to see. She notices micro-expressions, tone shifts, and the tiny movements most people miss. It's not just attraction she's reading, it's energy, honesty, and emotional consistency. She can tell when someone's words don't match their eyes, when confidence is forced, or when charm is hiding insecurity. That's why one glance from her feels personal. It's not a game, it's an evaluation. What most people mistake for mystery is actually focus. She's mentally connecting dots while keeping her expression calm. She's figuring out who's real, who's pretending, and who deserves a second of her time. Her gaze is steady, not seductive, because she's not trying to pull anyone in. She's deciding if they belong near her peace. And that's the secret. What makes her eye contact so magnetic is the fact that it isn't trying to be. People are drawn to her because they can feel the depth behind her silence. She's not offering anything, she's observing everything. That kind of presence is rare. It exposes people without saying a word. Her eyes aren't windows to her soul. They're mirrors reflecting the truth of whoever stands before her. And that's why her gaze lingers in people's minds long after she's gone. It's not flirtation, it's revelation. Number 2. She doesn't chase chemistry. She creates clarity. Most people mistake chemistry for connection. That rush, that spark, that pull. It feels real, but it can also be a trap. The Sigma female understands this better than anyone. She doesn't get swept away by the rush of attraction. She slows it down, examines it, and asks herself one question. Is this genuine, or is it just emotional noise? That's what separates her from everyone else. While others are busy chasing butterflies, she's studying the wind that created them. She knows that what feels magnetic at first can sometimes be manipulation dressed up as destiny, so she doesn't get high off the attention or lost in the thrill. Instead, she observes how the person behaves once the excitement fades. Does their interest stay steady, or does it shrink when the spotlight moves? She's not cold or detached. She's clear. She doesn't want intensity that burns out. She wants depth. That holds steady. That's why she pauses when things feel too good too soon. She knows instant connection can be the fastest route to disappointment, so she creates clarity before she gives her emotions permission to invest. People often misunderstand her restraint as disinterest, but it's really wisdom in motion. She's protecting her peace, her time, and her emotional energy. She's been through enough to know that not every spark deserves to become a flame. And here's what makes her truly powerful. She doesn't need the thrill to feel alive. She feels alive through truth, not tension. She knows that real chemistry should calm you, not confuse you. It should make you feel grounded, not dizzy. When a Sigma female walks into a connection, she brings her awareness with her. She doesn't chase the spark. She clears the smoke around it. And that's why what she builds lasts, because it's not based on illusion, but on understanding. That's not just clarity, that's emotional mastery. Number 3, her mystery isn't a strategy, it's her natural state. The mystery of a Sigma female isn't something she plans. It's not a trick, a tactic, or a way to keep people guessing. It's simply who she is. She doesn't reveal everything because she doesn't see the point in proving herself to anyone. Her silence isn't about control. It's about peace. She's not hiding anything. She's protecting what matters, and that quiet confidence draws people in without her even trying. Most people overshare to feel accepted. They rush to explain themselves, to be understood, to win approval. But a Sigma female is different. She's comfortable being misunderstood. She knows that not everyone deserves access to her inner world. So she gives people only what feels right, never more. And that calm restraint creates a pull that's hard to ignore. People find themselves wanting to know more, not because she's teasing, but because her depth is obvious even in silence. She doesn't perform for attention. In fact, attention drains her. She would rather let people discover her slowly, piece by piece, through genuine connection. That's why her presence feels rare. There's a sense of privacy around her that feels both intriguing and sacred. She doesn't chase curiosity. She inspires it. Her mystery works because it's rooted in truth. She's not trying to be hard to read. She just values authenticity over exposure. She believes that depth should be earned, not demanded. When she opens up, it's never random. It's intentional. Every word she shares comes from thought, not impulse, and that's the beauty of her energy. You can't rush her. You can't decode her. You can only experience her. Her silence is not a wall. It's a filter that separates the curious from the worthy. That natural mystery isn't an act. It's her essence, real, effortless, and magnetic in a way the world can't copy. Number 4. She flirts without words by being deeply present. A Sigma female doesn't need flirty words or charming gestures to draw someone in. Her secret is presence. When she's with you, she's really with you. No distractions, no pretending to listen while thinking about what to say next. Her focus locks in like a spotlight, and suddenly the noise of the world fades. That's what makes her energy so captivating. It feels like she's seeing straight into your thoughts without saying a single word. Most people listen to reply. She listens to understand. You can feel it in her eyes, in her pauses, in the calm patience she carries. Her silence doesn't feel empty. It feels alive. Every small reaction, every tilt of her head, every subtle nod makes you feel like what you're saying actually matters. And that's rare in a world obsessed with attention-seeking. Her quiet attention feels like oxygen. She doesn't flirt by exaggerating her charm. She flirts by making you feel safe enough to drop the act. Around her, people speak more honestly without even realizing it. Her calm energy has a way of lowering defenses. You find yourself opening up, not because she asked you to, but because her presence gives permission to be real. That's the kind of connection most people spend years chasing. What makes it powerful is that she doesn't do it consciously. She's not playing games. She's just grounded, emotionally awake, and genuinely curious. That authenticity hits differently because it's so rare. It's not lust that pulls people toward her. It's peace. Her silence draws attention not by asking for it, but by commanding it. She doesn't fill space with noise. She fills it with awareness, and that awareness becomes magnetic. When a Sigma female listens, you don't feel observed, you feel understood. And that's her version of flirting. Not through words, not through effort, but through presence that makes the entire room disappear. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, say hello, and consider subscribing to our channel. And if you'd like to support our channel further, become a member by clicking the Join button below. Number 5. She uses authenticity as her filter. A Sigma female doesn't fake interest. She can't. The moment a conversation feels forced or empty, she quietly fades out. No drama, no attitude, just a calm withdrawal that speaks louder than any rejection ever could. She's allergic to pretense, and her silence has a way of making people feel the weight of their own superficiality. When she's there, her energy is fully present. When she's gone, the absence feels unmistakable. She doesn't use manipulation to connect. She uses truth. Her authenticity is her filter, and it's sharp. She instantly feels when someone's energy is genuine and when it's performative. If she has to fake a smile or stretch her interest to keep someone comfortable, she knows it's not worth it. She values emotional honesty over social approval, and that's what makes her presence so rare. She only gives it where it feels real. People often mistake her silence for coldness, but it's actually clarity. She's not withdrawing because she's bored. She's stepping back because she refuses to lower her frequency just to keep someone entertained. Her quiet exit isn't rude. It's honest. And that honesty makes people think. They start realizing that her attention isn't something they can demand. It has to be earned through depth, sincerity, and self-awareness. She doesn't play the game of fake laughter and surface-level charm. She would rather sit in silence than force connection, and that's exactly why her presence carries such impact. When she engages, it means something. Her words hold weight because they come from genuine curiosity, not social obligation. Her authenticity filters everything: friends, lovers, conversations, even opportunities. It protects her peace and keeps her life aligned with truth. In a world where everyone's performing, she remains unapologetically real, and that's what makes her unforgettable. She doesn't chase attention. She commands respect simply by being impossible to fake with. Number 6. Her humor is subtle but sharp. A Sigma female's humor isn't loud or rehearsed. It's the kind that sneaks up on you and makes you laugh before you even realize how sharp it was. She doesn't try to be funny to impress anyone. Her humor comes naturally, often born from observation and truth. She notices the little things others miss, the irony in a situation, the quiet absurdity in human behavior, and delivers it in a way that feels effortless. That's what makes people drawn to her. It's not comedy, it's connection. She doesn't need to exaggerate or act dramatic to get attention. Her wit is calm, quick, and deeply grounded in reality. When she makes a joke, it's usually so subtle that it takes a second to hit. Then it lands perfectly. It's the kind of humor that doesn't need volume to be powerful. It's intelligent without being arrogant, playful without being childish, and real without being cruel. Her humor feels like a breath of fresh air because it's not a performance, it's participation. She's not trying to steal the spotlight or control the room. She's just engaging with the moment, adding lightness where others might add ego. People feel comfortable around her because her humor never tries too hard. It doesn't seek approval. It invites understanding. And there's something magnetic about that balance. Her jokes make you think and laugh at the same time. It's humor that reveals her mind, sharp, intuitive, and quietly confident. Even in silence, you can sense her awareness, like she's seeing layers no one else noticed. What makes it powerful is that she can shift from serious to witty in a heartbeat without losing authenticity. Her humor isn't a mask, it's her truth with a smile, and that's why people remember it. It lingers, not because it was loud, but because it was honest, clever, and real. Number 7. She lets you wonder what she's thinking. A Sigma female has mastered the art of saying just enough. She never rushes to explain herself, never scrambles to fill silence, and never feels the need to prove her point right away. She understands that mystery doesn't come from pretending to be deep. It comes from restraint. When she speaks, her words carry weight because they're chosen carefully. And when she doesn't, her silence does the talking. Most people are uncomfortable with quiet moments. They rush to fill them with chatter, oversharing, or nervous laughter. But not her. She's comfortable in the stillness because she knows that real connection doesn't need constant noise. That calm control pulls people in, the pauses between. Her words create a kind of tension, not the awkward kind, but the intriguing kind that makes you want to lean closer to know what's behind that calm expression. Her mystery isn't about withholding to manipulate. It's about emotional intelligence. She knows that the more someone tries to explain themselves, the less power their words hold. So she gives you just a glimpse, enough to spark curiosity, but never enough to make her predictable. People find themselves replaying her words in their minds long after the conversation ends, wondering what she truly meant. That's her quiet influence. She doesn't chase attention. She creates it by doing the one thing others avoid, holding space. Her silence makes others open up more, reveal more, feel more. Because deep down, everyone craves someone who doesn't rush to fill the air, but listens with presence and purpose. Her calm, unreadable energy leaves people intrigued, not frustrated. They sense depth in her that they can't fully define, and that's what keeps them hooked. She lets you wonder what she's thinking, not because she wants control, but because she values substance over noise. And that quiet confidence speaks louder than any charm ever could. Number 8, she doesn't create tension. She manages it. A Sigma female doesn't need to create chaos to be noticed. She doesn't tease or play emotional games just to stir attention. Instead, she reads the room, senses the emotional temperature, and adjusts it with quiet control. When things get too intense, she brings calm. When energy drops, she brings subtle warmth. It's not manipulation, it's mastery. Her ability to manage tension rather than cause it sets her apart in a world addicted to drama. Most people mistake tension for connection. They think creating uncertainty keeps things exciting. But the Sigma female understands that real attraction grows in stability, not confusion. She doesn't feed off emotional highs and lows. She creates a space where both people can breathe, think, and actually feel safe being themselves. That's where real chemistry happens, when peace replaces pressure. She knows how to stay centered when emotions rise. If someone gets defensive, she doesn't match their energy. If a conversation turns sharp, she stays grounded and deliberate. That kind of composure feels magnetic because it's rare. People sense that she can handle emotional intensity without losing herself in it. That emotional steadiness isn't just attractive, it's addictive. She's not afraid of tension. She just doesn't let it control her. She treats it like a wave, something to surf, not something to drown in. That ability makes her presence feel safe and alluring at the same time. You can feel the quiet strength behind her calm voice, the patience behind her silence, the confidence behind her restraint. What makes her so compelling is that she doesn't need to chase excitement. She creates balance. She knows how to let tension breathe just enough to keep things alive, but never enough to cause damage. That's not game playing. That's emotional intelligence at its finest, and that calm precision, steady, controlled, and deeply self-aware, is exactly what makes her unforgettable. Number 9, she's all substance, no showcase. A Sigma female doesn't sell herself through appearances or attention tricks. She's not here to put on a show. What makes her magnetic is the depth that lives beneath her calm surface. She's all substance, her thoughts, her awareness, her quiet understanding of people and life. When you talk to her, it feels like peeling back layers of something real, something rare. You don't just see her beauty, you discover it. She's not interested in being the loudest voice in the room or the one everyone looks at first. Her confidence doesn't come from being seen. It comes from knowing herself. She doesn't decorate her personality with fake charm to be liked. She knows that real attraction isn't about flashing what you have. It's about being so grounded in who you are that people feel it without you saying a word. What makes her stand out is her depth of awareness. She notices the smallest details, the kind of things most overlook. She understands emotion, energy, and the hidden motives behind words. Conversations with her feel meaningful, not performative. There's no pretense, no showing off, just quiet, genuine intelligence. That's what keeps people hooked. She makes attraction feel like discovery because every time you talk to her, you see another side. Something thoughtful, unexpected, and real. She doesn't distract you from life. She helps you see it more clearly. That's the difference. She's not entertainment. She's an experience. Her independence adds to her charm. She doesn't need validation or attention to know her worth. She's not chasing applause. She's building peace. That's the kind of confidence that doesn't fade. Being around her doesn't feel like watching a show. It feels like exploring depth. No exaggeration, no noise, just truth, grace, and substance that quietly outshines everything shallow. She doesn't need to prove she's interesting. She is interesting because she's real. Number 10, she doesn't flirt to get. She flirts to see. When a Sigma female flirts, it's not about getting attention or validation. She doesn't do it to win you over or make you like her. For her, flirting is a quiet study, a way to see who you really are beneath the surface. Every word, every pause, every reaction is information. She's not playing games, she's reading energy. She wants to understand your emotional rhythm, how you respond to honesty, and whether your confidence is real or fragile. Her version of flirting isn't obvious. It's subtle, thoughtful, and precise. She'll throw a comment that seems light but carries depth just to see how you handle it. Do you think before you answer? Do you respond with authenticity or default charm? She notices everything, the small expressions, the tone changes, the hesitation. She's not testing you to judge you. She's observing to understand you while others flirt to get. She flirts to see. It's not about conquest. It's about clarity. She wants to know if there's real connection or just surface attraction. That's why her energy feels so different. She's not trying to prove anything. She's uncovering truth layer by layer. Her calm, unhurried style confuses people used to instant chemistry, but that's her advantage. She's not blinded by infatuation. She's collecting insight. She knows that emotional intelligence is more seductive than charm, and that connection without understanding always fades. She doesn't fall for empty confidence or flashy words. She feels for honesty, depth, and alignment. If she senses something authentic, her tone softens, her guard lowers, and the interaction flows naturally. But if she detects performance, she detaches quietly. No confrontation, no scene, just graceful withdrawal. That's her power. She doesn't flirt to catch someone. She flirts to understand someone. And in a world full of people pretending to connect, that level of awareness is what makes her truly unforgettable. Number 11. She protects her pace more than she protects impressions. A Sigma female will not rush into emotional spaces just because someone is eager, persistent, or charming. She knows that real connection reveals itself over time, not in one intense conversation. So she keeps her rhythm slow, intentional, and centered. If someone tries to speed things up, force vulnerability, or demand access to her inner world too soon, she doesn't argue. She simply slows down even more. That refusal to be hurried makes her attraction feel even more powerful, because it shows she values alignment over excitement. Number 12. She lets alignment choose who stays. More than anything, the Sigma female knows that attraction without alignment becomes chaos. So even if there's chemistry, interest, or potential, she will release what doesn't match her values, her peace, or her emotional standards. She doesn't beg, compete, or cling. She allows energy to speak, patterns to show, and truth to surface. And when it does, she chooses herself. In final words, real attraction doesn't need noise. It needs truth. The Sigma female doesn't flirt to impress. She doesn't chase attention, play mind games, or decorate her personality to fit someone's expectations. She moves through life with quiet authenticity, and that's what makes her so magnetic. While others perform for validation, she connects through awareness, honesty, and emotional clarity. Her mystery isn't an act. It's a reflection of how deeply she values her peace. If you're a Sigma female watching this, understand this truth. Your calm presence is your power. You don't have to compete or pretend to be louder to be noticed. You already stand out because you refuse to fake it. The world is filled with people trying to be seen, but you're the one people feel. That's a different kind of energy, and it's unforgettable. You've probably been misunderstood for being distant or hard to get, but what you really are is selective with your time, your attention, and your soul. You don't flirt for attention because you already know your worth. You're not looking for someone to validate you. You're observing who's emotionally intelligent enough to meet you where you are. That's why your way works. It's not manipulation, it's mastery. You attract what's meant for you by being genuine in a world that rewards performance. Your quiet depth, your controlled energy, and your refusal to pretend make you the kind of woman people remember long after you've left the room. So stay true to your way. Never trade your depth for approval. You don't flirt like others, and that's your superpower. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm your host, Alfred, and I read every comment.